What's going on is the Green Dot Whisperer, and we're back again to bring you a video, update on AITX, Artificial Intelligence Technology Company. And before we get into the video, I wanted to give a shout out to one of my Army buddies, Sergeant Joe Moon, for giving me the motivation I needed to pump this video out. Told me, the Green Dot Whisperer, you need to keep pumping the content out. They need you out there. This is valuable information. I just got home from work, a little bit beat, tired from work, but here we are. So thank you for that motivation, because that's what's making this video right now. And let's get to work. So since I left you, when I left you and I made the last video, I left you with a red dot on the 4-hour. And and the very next day after the video, it experienced a 10% drop. It's been at least about a week since I made that video, and I think it's had almost about a 30% drop since. That's the math is not correct on that, but it's been a big fall. So here we go. This is what I said on the last time. The last time we were together, I was running down from month chart all the way down to the hour chart, I believe I went down to. But the one that was most critical was the day chart. So let me rewind so you can see the before and after picture. Now pay attention to how all these EMAs looks. Pay attention to this VWAP over here. It never fails. Someone always calls when I'm making a video. But pay attention to this VWAP and pay attention to what happened to the MACD. All right, here we go. Right here. This yellow bubble on the wave oscillator is VWAP. So VWAP brings power to either direction. If we print a red dot right here, now that's a powerful sell-off. That could break to the downside. Now that's exactly what happened. If we print a red dot here, that's a powerful sell-off. We had the 4-hour red dot, and basically that 4-hour red dot climbed all the way up to the day chart. So let's take a look at what we're left with. Now, this is your day chart. This yellow line represents the last time I made the video. That when I was talking to you on this one right here, you could see that we were hitting resistance by the 50 EMA, the first video, with no red dot. So we hit that resistance of the 50-day EMA, and it got rejected. It got rejected, and it ended up putting the red dot over here, which was still close enough to make it drop. I could actually measure that drop for you since we last made the video till now. 20% drop, see? Without even really counting the numbers, I was close enough. I said 30. It was a 20% drop since the last video. But yeah, you got your red dot. Kind of semi supported by the VWAP, but it was still a significant enough dump. A 20% dump, I like call that pretty big. I mean, you are dealing with a penny stock, so you are supposed to expect more volatility. So because it could run up 20-30%, but it could also dump that much. MACD, we wanted it to go straight through the histogram, but as you see, it was going up there, and then it kind of shied away. It touched it, but it shied away and got rejected over here. Now, let's go down to the 4-hour chart where I left you guys before. This is what made the 10% drop right after the video. So this is where we left off on the 4-hour. Once again, this one is actually the 100-day EMA, which is a bigger resistant line, a bigger EMA. So yeah, there's a higher probability that it will get rejected by a bigger EMA. But it did. And then over here, we caught a green dot, had a small raise for maybe not 4 hours. Yeah, really. It went up for like 4 hours and then proceeded to fall again. And here we are, though. This is good. And the reason I said pay attention to the EMAs is because we said it before that it was a little bit sloppy, but we want to see things get back into order. And let's go back to the day chart. And yeah, see, because back here, this is what it looked like before. Then it tightened up here. It was a tight squeeze and gave you that sell off. That's the whole strategy behind the EMAs. You want it to get a tight squeeze, and then you want to make profit. So you want it to break upward, not downward, unless you're shorting and you're doing options, but that's a whole nother monster. So yeah, so I even though it fell 20%, I'd still like the way the EMAs are kind of looking right now. Let me see. Yeah, because this was going up, getting tight over here to roll over. I feel like this is way better now because this is trying to get tight to go upward. And the last time I left you with a 4-hour red dot, and this time I'm saying the day chart is looking like it wants to go up. And it did make up ground, even though it shied away from the MACD and didn't go through the histogram. Look how much closer you guys are now. So it did make up some ground. So you want to be this close. You want to get closer and closer. You want to see the EMA lines bunch up and break to the upside. And yeah, the 4-hour is leaving us with a green dot of hope, because I do not personally own this stock, but if I did, I would be a little bit upset because it didn't play out exactly how it was supposed to. This one started eating downward, but we have to see if this green dot wants to carry up to the day chart. If that green dot carries up to the day chart, that might be a strong enough to get that MACD signal line through the histogram, and we could experience a pump, maybe get these EMAs into better shape in more chronological order, hopefully break this resistance of the 34 here and the 50 over here, because we have to get above that in order to bring the EMAs up. So yeah, it's still doing its fighting. There's absolutely nothing to worry about. This is just the entire market is, the stock market's not doing the greatest, yeah, and me saying that now, I'm going to go ahead and say it again. If you haven't introduced yourself to the cryptocurrency world, if you haven't traded, just do something. Just watch a Bitcoin video documentary, learn a little bit about this amazing asset class, because to me, it's better than stocks. I'm sorry, but I still own a lot of stocks because you can't currently own cryptocurrency in a Roth IRA. You could only own what the government allows you to own in your Roth IRA, and it's not cryptocurrency. So I do have stocks still, but I love to trade cryptocurrency, swing trade, spot trade, leverage trade. Crypto has made me money. Here we go. We're looking at the 1-hour chart again. That's not a good red dot right there. That's the red dot supported by the VWAP. Like I said before, this is a smaller time frame, so this could change quickly. Now, the whole reason of making this video actually was because today's Tuesday. I was supposed to make it yesterday. It's because we wanted to keep our eye out. With that fall that we just had, we wanted to definitely be looking at our weekly chart. Because the best thing that we had last time we made the video is we made the video on the day, well, when we already had the green dot on the weekly, when we printed that green dot on the weekly. Now, since we fell 20%, I was scared for my AITX holders that it would print a red dot on the weekly, because so the weekly chart, these candles right here, all represent a week. This is 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4, 5, so on. Every candle is one entire week. So if we experience a 20% fall, I thought this was going to be a bigger candle, and it was going to print a red dot on the weekly, which had not been good. But as you can see, that 20% fall is not that big of a candle. There's been bigger falls. There's been bigger candles, which I said. Another thing you have to look at when you're trading stocks is look at the beta. The beta of the stock, it tells you how volatile it is compared to the S&P 500, the standard deviation. And standard deviation, if you are on 1, that means it follows almost exactly the way the S&P 500 moves. This stock, I did look it up for you. Let me make sure I give you the correct information. The beta of AITX is 6.79, which means it's super volatile. It's super volatile. If the S&P moves 1%, this is probably going to move 6%. Don't quote me on those numbers. This is just an example, but it is super volatile. So there you go. You got to keep that in mind. That's what I'm saying. It could drop 20%, but it could go up 30%. And that's because of your beta, because it's a penny stock. But so far, so good. There was nothing to worry about. This is the main gist of making this video, is the weekly chart, to make sure that we're in the clear, make sure we didn't print the red dot. Because, hey, if we print a red dot here, look, you see the bubble. You see it, look at that bubble. It's the same bubble that's on the 2-day that printed the red dot right here and dropped us 20%. You can see the red volume in the wave oscillator. That red shade. You want to go to green shade, which I don't see any here. But that might mean that it's coming. It's coming. Got to be patient, especially when the market and the economy is the way it is. It could be a great company, but the economy and everything else is not lining up. So it's being suppressed, it's being dragged down. There's many factors to consider. But yeah, so we didn't do it, and good thing we didn't. Like I said, that a red dot on the weekly with that VWAP would not be good. Hopefully this week we have a nice jump. Let's see what that 4-hour green dot does for us. Let's see how these EMAs line up. Because if we have the jump, that would actually hopefully put us in the clear here. And remember I said these shaded gray areas right here. Let me show you, like right here, the shaded gray area, that represents momentum to the upside. Shaded gray area, momentum to the downside. So this was all momentum to the downside. When we made the video, I wanted to see that shaded light blue area over here already to see that we were getting momentum. But hopefully the 4-hour pushes us up and we'll start printing that light shaded momentum upward. All right, guys, so everything is safe. Just hold on tight. Don't sell at a loss, and this should be okay. I actually been reading up on this a little bit more and digging into the actual company, as you can see. And I do like what the company stands for. I like what they're doing. And the CEO is a very active person in this company. So just hold on tight. Let the economy get better. Let everything run up. Because, I mean, if the S&P 500, it doesn't correlate to the S&P 500, but if the entire market's doing bad, this is not just going to run off by itself. It's too little of a company, I would say. You know, maybe an Apple that's working on their iPhone 13 and that's the day it drops, that it's not going to care that the entire market went down. Apple's doing great. It just released this, so it's going to go up. But this doesn't have that same type of power. Still a penny stock. Still probably going to follow the major markets. So hang in tight. And I wish you guys the best of luck. The next video is going to have to be the result of this beautiful green dot right here on the 4-hour. 4-hour, not that small of a time frame, not that big of a time frame. So it could be a major move. That green dot could definitely carry up and bring that green dot on the day chart, which is exactly what we want to see. Yep. That's all I got for you guys. And the one lesson to take out of here too is to make sure you see the big picture. You know, the 1 4 hour chart could be saying something, but you always have to go, oh, it's Monday. We opened up a new candle. It's time to reevaluate and see what happened to the weekly chart. That is the lesson of this video. I hope everyone's doing well out there. I'm going to maybe pump out some cryptocurrency videos. Algorand's been running like crazy. Ethereum is still trying to fight his way up. Hopefully the bears don't win, but stay tuned. Leave comments, hit that like button, and we will keep bringing this valuable information to you. Stay blessed.